What up everyone, today we are going over the build for the custom upper control arms on my LS swap Toyota T100. We're going to jump straight into it and extend the upper control arms. So let me show you what's going on currently with the control arms and let's get started. Coming into the suspension down here, we have a Summit Racing coilover with some generic eBay Toyota pickup upper control arms. So the issue we're having is there's too much negative camber with the current setup. So these arms currently have no shims on the back. This is as positive camber as you can get bringing this control arm out, but obviously they're still too short. So what we're gonna have to do is cut these control arms and extend them about 1 inch and bring them out in hopes of bringing this camber a little bit more positive. Alrighty, we have the upper control arm removed as well as the coilover bracket from Stat Fab. That is all removed now. Let's go ahead and look at the difference between the stock control arm and the tubular uppers for the Toyota pickup. So coming in here is the tubular arm. This mark right here is the stock upper, counting basically I measured from the mounting surface on both control arms, and you can see the tubular upper control arm is slightly shorter by about 1/2 inch, and it does show that's pretty much what was advertised on the website, that they were about 1/2 inch shorter than the factory Toyota pickup arms. With it being a T100, I'm sure it's slightly off, but so we're gonna have to do some math to see how far we need to extend this arm in order to bring the camber to a good state. So I have marked 2 3/4 from the mating surface here to here, and that's even on both sides. So what I'm thinking is we're going to cut it here and then just extend it however much we want. And I'm thinking I am going to extend it a little bit more than I need realistically, because I can shim it more negative to bring negative camber. So it will be overly positive camber, so it will have more positive camber than I need after it's welded. Adding the shims back in, maybe a 1/4 inch or so of shims, should bring it back to where I need it on negative camber. So when we are marking the arms to cut, all I did was measure from this point right here 2 3/4 out. There's really nothing, there's no reason I picked this exact measurement. I just wanted to have enough straight tube on each side to put the 3/4 inch tube into, just making sure it has enough going inside each side. So we'll cut it at 2 3/4 evenly and then extend it out. Went ahead and made the cut on the control arms. You see they are in 2 pieces now. What I'm going to go ahead and do is measure this inside diameter using this thing and basically get that inside diameter for the sleeve and see what diameter tubing we need to throw that filler in here. It is going to go on the inside of this one, which should make it a little bit more rigid on that part we are piecing together. So let's see what size this is going to be. Taking a look at the measurement, it looks like we have 3/4 of an inch. It did slightly move, but it was 3/4. So inside diameter is 3/4, and then we're looking at 1 inch total diameter on the outside. We went ahead and got our steel stock for the exterior of the tube, kind of where we're going to bridge it, and then the inside part where we're actually going to insert that into the control arms. So if you look here, we have a little piece right here that I made. This is a little 4-inch piece, and this is basically going to bridge the inside of it. This does fit perfectly in there. I'll show you that. So I'll put a piece there, a piece here, and we'll be able to adjust the length of the control arm. So we got a little bit of a issue. So it looks like these arms were slightly warped. I know after I cut it, there's obviously some tension after they manufacture and make all the welds. throughout the cooling process. There is some warpage, so the second I cut it, you can see the arm, had some tension in it. So now I'm just dealing with about a 1/4 inch of space between the holes lining up. So I'm gonna have to figure out some kind of clamp. I don't have any clamps that are big enough to fit on these two, so I might need to get a bigger clamp, as both my DeWalt clamps and my big C clamp is not fitting on here. So I'm gonna need to do some brainstorming and see if I can clamp this together and then get it to fit in. Alrighty, so we have the spacers cut and put in. So as you see, they are loose right now. We're gonna go ahead and do is drill some holes right here and right here where that inner sleeve is, and basically do plug welds on both ends. And then on this exterior sleeve, all we're gonna do is just weld it. As you see, I chamfered it a good amount. So we'll just TIG weld some bead in there and get that all welded and try to minimize that extension as much as possible. It's still going to be seen. It's possible to perfectly hide it, of course, but at least it will be as little, as visible as possible, hopefully. And there we are. We got both arms ready to get welded up. Simply just get that TIG ready and just TIG these things up. They're going to look great. Might end up changing the color to possibly a silver color, or might keep them black. I guess that'll be a decision I'll make at the end, but let's get these things welded. We have the arms all tacked up here. As you see, it is all done. We're still going to go ahead and weld that plug weld right there, but for now we are going to go ahead and test the arms on the truck just to make sure they do fit and the length is correct.
And there we go. We are all finished up. Let me show you under the fender well how all the suspension looks. I'm going to just kind of give you a rundown of what we did. And then next video, stay tuned. We're going to go up in some twisties so I can show you how the truck handles.
Here's all the fun stuff. So we got coilovers in, and we have the extended front arms or upper arms, and it's all looking good. And we have our adjustment down here for our coilovers to make easy adjustments for the compression and all the stiffness and all that fun stuff. Overall, it's all smooth. I've already drove the truck, put about 15 miles or so on it.
And so far it's been amazing. Truck handles so much better than the original torsion bar front suspension. I can't say enough how much I recommend it, especially if you're planning to autocross the truck or do anything like that. Overall, the driving experience is much better. So stay tuned for more content. I'm going to show you around, also show you how this truck does in the corners and see how it handles. We'll get some footage of that, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them below and I will get those answered for you.